Hello there. While this disjointed UK government does all it can to destroy what's left of our once great country, including our offspring, Donald Trump is just getting started on repairing the US. Who among the viewers has heard of Operation Satiria Shield? Well, it's an extremely successful operation conducted against groomer-style crimes in the US, run by Texan authorities in conjunction with the FBI. And it's the Trump mentality that has enabled this. This from the US Attorney's Office just 2 days ago, after more than 70 Texan law enforcement agencies got together in April to combat groomer-style operations. Operation Satiria Shield resulted in the rescue of 109 children and the arrest of 244 offenders. In addition to these enforcement actions, investigators seized extensive volumes of digital evidence, including terabytes of illicit data stored on electronic devices that were used in the commission of these crimes. These devices are undergoing forensic analysis and may lead to further arrests and the identification of additional victims. No wonder the UK mainstream press don't want you knowing about this sort of stuff. The Texas authorities must have piled resources into this. Maybe they rightly think that children are actually important. It might give the public ideas about how the UK authorities should be dealing with our past and present groomer problem. And the US authorities say the numbers from this single 1 month area-specific operation are stunning, with Eastern District of Texas Acting US Attorney Jay Coombs saying this left him breathless because at some level we understand that behind every statistic, every number, there is a child with dreams, aspirations, and the right to live a life free from... Well, I can't use those missing words on this platform. Can I? Coombs added that we are committed to teaming with law enforcement to investigate and prosecute these cases with urgency and ferocity in order to protect our children. An operation of this type in the UK would face instant allegations of racism, whether or not it was run as a colour-blind operation. Because our uniparty establishment would be terrified that evidence of how deep and wide such activity runs, and who really is behind it. The US Attorney's Office also said, Operation Satiria Shield stands as a powerful example of what can be accomplished with coordinated, interagency cooperation. It reflects the shared commitment of law enforcement professionals across Texas to relentlessly pursue those who prey on children and to ensure that survivors are no longer silenced or hiding in the shadows. This under a Republican governor, Greg Abbott. The US, or at least a part of it, is getting on with protecting their young, their future generations. What are we doing in the UK? But it's not just protecting their future generations. As Commander-in-Chief, Donald Trump is also 100% behind US armed forces, saying on his Truth Social platform, I am more confident than ever that in the days ahead and every generation to come, the US Army will heap glory upon glory. You will summon inexhaustible courage. You will protect every inch of US soil. And you will defend America to the ends of the earth. And how about this video of his?
The life of a soldier is not just a job, it's a calling and a sacred tradition passed down from father to son, brother to sister, and one generation to the next. At every hour of danger, our noblest citizens have answered that call. Time and again, our enemies have learned that if you dare to threaten the American people, American soldier will chase you down, crush you, and cast you into oblivion. The last sound you ever hear will be the dueling howl of Black Hawks. Thunderous boom of artillery fire. Or the ferocious roar of a U.S. Army infantry brigade. For our adversaries, there's no greater fear than the United States Army. Now it's your duty to shield the flame of freedom that was first lit 250 years ago by the heroes of Concord Bridge and Bunker Hill. Standing before you today, I am more confident than ever that in the days ahead and every generation to come, the U.S. Army will heap glory upon glory. You will protect every inch of U.S. soil, and you will defend America to the ends of the earth.
Would any of our politicians even think of backing our armed forces to this degree? Well, the truth is they couldn't, because successive governments have hollowed out our military to a mere shell. Trump knows our world is in a precarious position. Our UK politicians are just looking for the next NHS photo opportunity. And despite all the bombast from Starmer and his Labour mob about beefing up our military and defence spending, Rachel Reeves in her Chancellor's spending statement yesterday made it quite clear that the only beneficiaries of extra taxpayers' dosh will be the usual woke favourite of the NHS and the Attorney General's office of the ultra-woke Lord Hermer. That tells you all you need to know about the direction of Starmer's government. More international health service and more legal help for people to get here and benefit from it. Oh, and legal help for those that want a slice of UK sovereign territory, and legal help for foreign criminals to stay in the UK. And yesterday David Lammy successfully handed over border control of a strategic UK base in the Mediterranean Sea, Gibraltar, over to Spain. That's the second strategic UK sovereign territory to be compromised this year. On top of handing over our agricultural sector, our food security to Brussels, as well as access to our fishing grounds. Anyone that thinks this Labour government is on our side is deluded. They promised growth. And all we've had is growth in overall unemployment, growth in tax-sapping public sector employment, growth in the national debt, growth in national debt interest payments, growth in the amount of wealth fleeing from these islands, growth in out-of-touch government, and the list goes on. And it will only get worse. Just about every economist and financial pundit out there says tax rises by the end of the year. And it won't matter which Labour buffoon sits in number 10 or number 11 Downing Street, the answer will always be the same. Finally, please like, subscribe and comment below, and a big shout out to our Patreon supporters, and thank you for watching.